How does the collaborative process work? As illustrators, most of you guys have worked with writers, pencilers, inkers, editors, etc. What is that process like? Do you find that it hinders your creativity, or do you enjoy the challenge?
In my real life, or my real job, I'm a graphic designer. So that is this question like just maximized to create, because everyone you work for is basically your client, and you want to make your client happy, but you don't want to make a joke. So when you get a project and you make this beautiful thing and you show up to someone like, hey, look at this beautiful thing I just made. Oh, you know what? My wife doesn't like purple, so let's take all the purple out of it. And they go like, what? It's the Purple Avenger. You gotta make it hard to keep this project, you know? And that aspect of it, managing, there's tons of things you have to manage when you work on any project, especially when it's more collaborative. But managing relationships becomes a huge part of it. As a graphic designer, that ends up being 25% of what I do. Just talking to people, reassuring them, like, no, don't worry, the purple's gonna look amazing. It's gonna be fantastic, and you know you have to reveal and deal. That's one aspect of it. Another part of it is the sequentially Tucson comic we worked on. That started as one person wrote a little script, we traded it, the next person penciled it, we traded it again, that person inked it, and then we took the final things and turned it into a comic. And that was really exciting because everybody gets a chance to do each step of the process and find their strengths and their weaknesses and work on them. So.
It's a good question, and I've worked with professionally I've worked with 3 different writers, and it was all essentially the process is sort of dictated by how they deliver a script to you. So if we're talking about just comics in general, there's a really common old school way, it's called the Marvel style, where somebody will give you a plot as a writer, in which case you'll have a lot of freedom as an artist. To basically lay out the panels how you like. Generally speaking, you tend to have more freedom in this process. And then I've worked with a couple people that have done just a full script. It looks a lot like a movie script where there's descriptions of what the actions are, what the first panel, what each panel is going to look like. And they're both rewarding in their own way. It's nice to have freedom, obviously, because you feel like you can express yourself more in that process. But it's also challenging to sort of just be like an artist robot and think of it in much more technical terms, where it's problem solving, or somebody's giving you a scenario, and instead of you being invested in it with, say, your own story, it's more about really logistically trying to tell a specific scene or set a scene for some other story. So that process is healthy. As much as like my heart flies in doing my own stuff, it's good because you learn stuff about yourself, you learn stuff about your capabilities when you work with other people, and it's good to stretch your artistic muscles that way.
I love sports, so I use sports. It's like having a pitcher and a catcher. Sometimes the pitcher will give you like a hint of what he's going to throw, sometimes he doesn't. I mean, for me, working with writers, it is the very first job I had working for Louis Press. The guy was like 3,000 miles away, and he was sending me the script. And I'd send him the pages every day, and he'd come back with, I like it, but you need to move this guy up just a quarter inch. So you have those micromanaging writers who are just on every little detail. And in a way, they have to be, because that's their creation. They're so bound to it. Writers are probably as bound as artists are to their creation. The writer that I work on Breed with, I haven't talked to about Breed for 10 years. He basically worked on it, and he would up late one night, 2 in the morning, at a coffee shop. he decided to go pursue his wonderful career as a parts mother for a car dealership, and I wanted to do comic books now. So he's just kind of a fan to me, because he doesn't usually read it or look at it or want anything to do with it anymore. I've worked with other writers where they just give you the plot, and they say, just do whatever you want, it's fine. And those writers I really like working with, because they're really understanding that you have this artistic vision, and they'll just take whatever you give them. And those are always the easiest writers.